One way to make screencasts or screen recordings is using Loom. It's pretty quick and easy to use. There's some advantages to it. There are no time limits on a video, which is nice. There is no watermark added to a video or no additional branding on the video. And Loom allows you to store 100 hours of video on their site at no additional or at no cost to you. If you go past the 100-hour mark, you can then download those videos and post them on YouTube or host them somewhere else. But it's nice that they give you 100 hours to start with. To get started with Loom, you can just Google download Loom. You should get something like this that takes you to some options. There are two different ways you can use Loom. One is as a Chrome extension, which doesn't have as many features. The other is with a desktop app, which gives you some pretty good controls while you're actually doing the recording. So I'd recommend the desktop app because it gives you the most options. Just click on Download App. It will download in your browser. You can then choose to execute that and install that on your computer. Now let's talk about how you'd actually use this. Before I forget, you will also need to make an account for Loom that lets you save your videos and use the software. As you're using Loom, if they ever prompt you to update your software, you definitely should. The only problems that I've had with Loom acting weird, not saving videos, whatever, have occurred when I have not updated my software. So as long as your software is up to date, I've had pretty good experience with Loom doing what it's supposed to. Now, once you're ready to actually use this in class, I would recommend that you get the app ready that you're going to show. So I'm going to just pretend like I'm getting my bell ringers ready to go for the day. And then you want to launch Loom. You can make a shortcut for Loom or just type in Loom in your search bar. When the Loom screen comes up, you'll have a couple of choices. I have mine defaulting to screen only right now, but you can also choose screen and camera or camera only if that better suits your needs for whatever you need to record during class. The microphone should be correct by default. You'll see the microphone levels going up and down. If it's not, you can click from the drop-down. So once you're ready, you're going to click Start Recording. Loom will give you a 3, 2, 1. That's usually, if I remember, I will click Start my PowerPoint during that time. And then I get my countdown. At that point, I've got some options. I've got my timer going here, so I know exactly how long my screen recording is. That's just nice for me to have. I also have the stop recording button. If you press this button, your recording stops and you cannot restart. So only do this when you're at the very end of your recording. You also have a restart button. So if you didn't like how something was going, you didn't have your app come up in time, whatever, you can restart that. The pause button. The pause button is very helpful for many reasons. So if you want to click over from this screen to something like your grade book to be able to input grades, to take attendance, whatever, pause is a great thing for that. Another thing is if your class is doing something and you don't need to record that time, like they're having a discussion and you don't need to record that, then just click the pause button. You can then resume after that. So I'll go ahead and pause. I can then see that this is on resume. If I mouse away from it, my menu goes away. If I go back, the menu pops up again. And then I can resume recording. There's the trash can if you need to cancel the recording entirely. And finally, there's a drawing menu. I haven't used this very much, but I played around with it a little bit today. It does not appear to work with my stylus, but it does let me draw some things on the screen, and anything that you draw appears to be temporary, so it'll just go away after a few seconds. So that's there if it's helpful to you. Once you're on screen recording, you can just do what you normally do. So I just teach my class, click through the various PowerPoints, various things. Then when you're finished, you can pause if you're not sure if you're done, or you can actually click the stop button. Stop is going to end the recording and take me to the Loom screen. At this point, if all you want to do is copy the link and post this somewhere, like in Schoology or on a page somewhere, you can just click the share button and choose copy link. If you want to do a little bit more with this, you should sign in. Once you sign in, you'll stay signed in, or you'll be signed in for the next time. If you're signed in, then you have more options. You get this nice little copy link button over here directly. You also get the option to click and rename your file, rename your video. So if you want to keep these, keep these straight, you can do that. Also, you'll be able to go and view any videos in your library. So those are some options if you're signed in. Also, if you're signed in, you have some options to edit your video, to do some trimming. You can see that down here if your video went too long. So those are some of the basics of getting started with Loom.